Welcome. You are watching Line Screw 1. Well, hello tubers, hope you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy YouTube universe. So I'm back in Metro Vancouver at a campground, and the reason I had to drive all the way back here was because my RV tech won't come out to the country to me. The service call would be crazy. It was expensive enough. So, well, we got two topics, I guess. Carolyn's RV life has invaded Canada. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I got thoughts on that. Let's talk about my stuff here first. So many of you, even in the last video, they kept saying, oh, battery, dead cell, this. No, nobody really watched the video and paid attention. I replaced the Grip 27, rewired it for a single 27, 12 volts. Brand new battery, same problem. Okay, so the odds of a brand new battery having the exact same problem, no. Especially when I had three other batteries that I was slowly isolating one by one in case one or two even had a dead cell. That wasn't a problem. So anyway, I get here, and by some luck, he squeezes me out on a Sunday night. He just calls, hey, passing through. Are you at the campground? I go, yep. So there is no power, or there was, because the problem's fixed now. There was no power at all coming into the fuse box or charge controller. Nothing. Zero zilch. So we figured, well, it's either going to be bad ground or bad positive connection coming in. It wasn't a bad ground. It was a bad connection. Now, somehow, somewhere in the backside, underneath my shower enclosure, where you cannot get to the wires, because we tested with a continuity tester, voltmeter, there's a break in the line. And so we couldn't just rewire it easily. We'd have to take everything apart and take out, it'd be a nightmare. It'd be days and days of work, and I might as well renovate the bathroom while I'm at it. So I said to him, I said, look, I've done this before when I put my second of my fourth water heaters in. The original one was propane only. It wasn't dually. It was only $1 more to buy an electric / propane one. So I told the dealer, I said, hey, just make a jumper off of my microwave fuse panel, run a wire underneath, put some silicone in, Bob's your uncle. It's worked great for years. So I said to him, why don't we do the same thing? Let's splice the wire, run it all the way through underneath the undercarriage, and have it come up near the counter where the fuse box is on the other side. And we knew this was the solution because he said, hey, open up your kitchen window. So I opened the kitchen window. He puts a couple jumper cables together. He holds one, we put it on the positive, and we connect it on the positive side near the inline fuse, the resettable fuse. We touch it, and immediately we got power. We got 12 volts. That's how we knew the connection on the positive side was foobarred. That's a Canadian term, foobarred. So he says, you know, it's kind of a screwy way of doing things, running it under the floor. And I go, yeah, it is, but solves the problem. And as long as I'm aware, and he says, if you have a short, it's going to burn your whole RV up. And I go, yes, that's why tomorrow I'm going to put in a 30 amp fuse, which I actually just finished today. I went to Lordco again. I got a marine grade 30 amp fuse and put that some bitch in, as they would say down south. So here, let me show you. So I am back to two batteries. The third one disconnected. I'm going to use that for solar charging once I get up north. So that one's completely disconnected. That's why that is. And I've got my own little system to know which is positive and negative. So I'm back to a 227 system. So I got lots of reserve. Had to even replace the battery in my remote temperature sensor. Man, it's a warm day. It says here. So in here, this is here. I'm gonna have to go in sideways or smaller here. Okay, this is what we did. We snapped the wire. See that wire up there, the black one that is snapped? That is disconnected, and it's running down through here. And I know it's crazy, but here I got a new 30 amp fuse. Gorilla tape keeps it out of the way. That's all that matters. Anyway, it runs all the way underneath comes up just behind the axle into the fuse box. So that solved that. Oh, and then we had the other problem. One moment, please. Okay, y'all were probably wondering about the other problem, the water problem. This is what was causing the leakage. Whenever I would go up in a steep angle on the road or have the front end jacked up to have new tires put on, this is the filler line. So if you winterize, you put the valve open and it'll suck in, and then you close it. Now you're winterized, and it'll put antifreeze throughout your system. Now, you can't see it here, but if you look into the light, if I look through the light, the valve is broken inside. And we can only tell this by me holding the water line coming out of the tank, because I didn't have time to drain it, so I didn't have water everywhere again. While the tech took this out, and he looked, and he goes, "Oh, it's broken." I said, "Why don't we just bypass it? I never winterize with this thing anyway. Never, ever, ever." Probably the last time it was used was when this was a rental. So there you go. I can just buy another one and have it put in. But luckily he had a PEC kit, so he could just put another bypass in. And now the water pump works great. There is no sucking of air, because the sucking of air was from this hose. Okay, enough about me. And speaking of sucking, Carolyn's RV life. She sucks to be in Canada. Okay, now for the feature presentation. Speaking of sucking, we're talking about Carolyn's RV life. She is in Canada now, and I predicted quite a few videos ago she was going to Canada, because she was heading up with Ralph. And then she was kind of dropping hints that she wasn't going to go, and she was just going to leave Ralph. But I had originally pegged it. She's going to Canada. And so she did. She crossed into British Columbia, breathing the same British Columbia air as me. How dare you? To quote one of her liberal friends from Sweden. So, she better not use any Canadian taxpayer services. Oh, it's a hot day, my nose is sweating. My nose is sweating, that must mean there's a friendly around. I'm gonna bet dollars to donuts that Carolyn's RV life doesn't do like I do. I respect all the countries I attend. I carry $4 to $5 million with a zero deductible medical insurance policy. It covers treatment and evacuation. Even if I should die, my corpse will be returned back to my, repatriated, as they say. Dollars to donuts, she did not take out a policy to cover her while she's in Canada for several, weeks. She has this idea, like all liberals, that Canada has this wonderful national healthcare system. Anybody that talks about that, I know immediately they don't know what they're talking about. We don't have a national healthcare system. We have 13 healthcare systems, 10 provincial, 3 territorial. There's no national healthcare system. It's all administered by the provinces and territories. And she probably thinks, well, while I'm up here, might as well score some Ozempic. She could use some Ozempic. Maybe get some fat farm treatment and whatnot. Carolyn, you better not have a medical emergency and expect us taxpayers to pay, because that's one of the biggest scams, actually. A lot of people in border towns, like I've seen it in Hyder, Alaska, where they cross into Stewart, BC. And I've talked to locals in Hyder, and I go, what do you do for healthcare? They go, oh, we go to the treatment center at across the border. And I go, what do you do for a bill? You pay the bill? And they go, They just stiff us. Millions and millions of dollars are stiffed every year. You will get a bill. Now, if you run up the bill big enough, they're gonna probably get a judgment and chase you. They're not gonna chase you for a $150 bill. Too much more than send you a statement or two. But Carolyn, you better not ring up any bills on the taxpayer dime. That would really be horrible of you. Yeah. How dare you? To quote Greta Thunberg again. Carolyn loves the Greta. She loves the Greta. How dare you? But I notice on Threads, all she's doing is ranting about Trump and ranting about the patriarchy. And here's what she's going to learn about Canada. There are two Canadas. You know, we got about a dozen big cities, but you drive 1 hour out of any of those big cities, it's suddenly the land of the conservative. Yes, sirree, Bob. And she's too broke to spend money in the RV parks that are in the cities because the prices are higher. Full hookups. She don't like people, don't like men. Half the people in the RV parks are men. So out in the countryside, it's conservative Canada. Different Canada than what she thinks. She thinks it's a lollipop rainbow liberal Canada. Oh, no, 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 no. It's the swing voters that make all the decisions. 40% conservative, 40% liberals and socialists, 20% swing voters. But in the areas outside of the big cities, not as many liberals, like small. Absolutely dominated by conservatism. And that's big C conservatives, small c conservatives, fiscal conservatives, religious conservatives. It doesn't matter what kind of conservative you want to put the label on. Absolutely dominated. She's not going to like it. She ain't going to like it. And God forbid she has a breakdown an hour out of Thunder Bay. The cost to fix her RV up here in Canada will blow her mind. Probably doesn't have the RV tow package insurance like I do. A man will show up to tow her. That's going to immediately set her off and trigger her. She's going to be taking the RV to some mechanic dominated by men. And then once she sees the price of Canadian labor plus the taxes, goods and services taxes, oh boy, she's going to lose her mind. Going to lose her mind. And let's hope she's got the money. Because she ain't got the money. It's not my job as a Canadian taxpayer to pay for American liberals and American liberal socialists, handout problems because they didn't take care of their own life. I got my own life to pay for. I got my own taxes to pay for. I can't afford you liberals and socialists like Carolyn's RV life. But maybe she's looking for a husband. Maybe Ralph's gonna put a ring on her finger and make her an honest woman out of her. I don't know. That'd be something, but it would only take a beta boy. A liberal, city slicking beta boy. I know Ralph's from Alberta, but he's one of those rare liberal Albertans. Just, Albertans are predominantly very conservative. You know, Alberta's the Texas of Canada. That's the way it is. So anyway, I'm gonna be hitting the road, getting out of here pretty soon. And I will be heading north and east. Who knows? Me and Carolyn's paths may cross. Oh, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Anyway, you put your comments down below and stay safe, keep your wheels on the ground. Talk to you soon. Over and out.
The stars driving down the boulevard at night. Playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go. I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. I'm gonna figure out what we've done, what we need to do. Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you.